Today, I'm here with Ocelot giving you some pro tips for hybrid at Town Hall 13. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and I am excited to have my good friend and Clash School coach, Ocelot, with me here today, breaking down hybrid for you guys at Town Hall 13. But this is a great strategy for a pro tip video because not only does hybrid work at 13, but you can also use it at many other Town Hall levels. So the tips you're learning today, you can apply them at all different Town Hall levels. Ocelot, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Happy to be here. I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. I'm happy to have you here as well. So you guys know, Ocelot is coming from Divine Justice, from the EYG clan family, a family that I've been with for a very long time. They're actually looking for some Town Hall 13s right now. So if you guys are interested, you can see all the details right there, the Discord server to apply and their Twitter to get in touch. Hook up with them, and there's a good shot that you could be part of this clan family of some good people. But we're not here to talk about that today, guys. We're here to talk about hybrid. And before we do, make sure you sub the channel, ring the bell, daily Clash videos. You know the drill. But Ocelot, you're here to talk to us today about this strategy. I mean, you are a coach on Clash School. People can hire you to become a better Clasher, which if you want to, guys, link to that's in the description of this video. But talk to us about two things. First of all, I want to know about the army composition you have right here for this attack. And I also want to know about the base that you're attacking. Why did you choose hybrid? Just teach us, man.
Yeah, so biggest thing with this particular base is obviously, all of the defense is very compact, and obviously it's got a bunch of trash buildings on the outside. So my basic thought going into this was, if I can get a blimp into that single Inferno Tower compartment there, get that taken care of, pull the CC, get a Queen Walk started, get a small funnel for her, get her into that single IT and that Eagle right there in the middle of the base, and then just hybrid down at the bottom, or up close to the top rather, through the Town Hall with the miners and the hogs, get it taken care of, get the base narrowed down, and that's what actually we were able to do. So we got a funnel down at the bottom with an E-drag, funnel up at the top with a king, queen going into the base, and it worked out really nicely.
Okay, so now why this base in particular? Was it just because it was so compact, or I'm noticing this long, narrow compartment, and someone like me, I would probably try and walk my queen right down the compartment, but that's probably what the base defender wants me to do. Is it just the compactness of the base that said this has hybrid all over it, or was there anything else?
Yeah, basically, there's too many compartments, in my opinion, to have really been successful with like a Yeti smash or something along those lines. Again, there's no good access for witches or anything like that. But if you look at the way the base is constructed, all of the expos are on the top side of the base and then down at the bottom side of the base. So there was no real pressure on my queen from that. Once I got the scatter shot and that single Inferno Tower down with the Yeti bomb, at that point in time, it's literally just a matter of time before the base is in the right shape. Once it's in the right shape, I go in, with the Miho from the top, tome through the Town Hall, freeze the scatter shot, couple of heals and rages, and it's GG no re at that point.
Well, you make it sound easy. Why don't we jump into the attack so everyone can actually see it happening and you can kind of walk us through what you were doing?
Sounds good.
All right, Ocelot, the attack is starting. Why don't you let us know exactly what was going on in your brain, in your mind, as you went through with this attack?
Sure. So I dropped those two Coco Loons there basically to test for SAMs because that was going to be the flight path for the blimp with the Yeti inside of it. Obviously didn't take anything. One bonus, it does take out that Archer Tower there. Get plenty of blimp damage here on the single Inferno and the scatter shot. Unfortunately, I don't get anything else down because the Queen's there, the Warden is there defensively. All those Clan Castle troops come out, they distract the Yeti. But literally all I needed was that scatter shot and that single IT to go down. I got that. I got the Clan Castle pull. I've got my E-drag down here at the bottom. I have a Coco Loon for that just in case there's a SAM down there. It's going to create a huge funnel at the bottom. Queen's going to take care of the CC. I was a little bit worried about this barracks up here at the top left that I had to drop that Barbarian on, but she ended up coming down. She was far enough away it didn't matter at that point in time. So we're going to take this cannon out. Going to get actually a lot of value from this E-drag here through this king. I actually didn't expect that, but he did target that. Got the super wall breaker coming in here. Going to take out that little wall section, which is going to allow her to step up into this single IT as well as target the Eagle. Still outside of the range, which was perfect for me. I didn't have to use a rage because of the damage that the E-drag had done to the BK. I actually do drop a freeze there, but didn't even need it. It was more just a cautionary thing. I've got my king actually up at the top now, setting that funnel for the hybrid. Queen's going to take the eagle out, and I know as soon as that's done, I've got my funnel set with my king. I've got my funnel set with my queen. The eagle's down. There's nothing to do at this point in time but drop the miners and hogs and just basically go ham. So drop them up at the top, straight into the core. I know they're going to aggro to the queen. Unfortunately, there's a tornado trap there, so which cost me a little bit of time. Had to freeze that scatter shot because obviously it's going to rail on things. Go ahead and pop the warden right here. Get through that, rage through the tome. Which is obviously good because nothing can hurt you. You don't have to heal through it. Get the scatter shot taken out there. RC's up at the top, taking care of those little, kind of annoying minor defenses that I wasn't able to get with the blimp. Hogs and miners stay pretty well together through the core. I was able to heal through most of them. Queen's coming around, obviously, at the bottom. Get all that taken out. I haven't had to use my RC ability, which actually comes in very handy on this because obviously time is a factor. I've already had to pop the queen ability, so the RC's coming through. Single, unfortunately, or fortunately rather, does go down to the RC before it takes out my queen. The miners are there. Most of my hogs unfortunately died off, but I've got plenty of miners left. Queen's taking some stuff out, and then right here at the end, I do have one building down at the bottom, which is the workshop, and able to actually take that out with the RC ability. So no issues with time. So like I said, in that particular attack, everything pretty much went exactly to plan.
No, that looks really nice. Now, one question after watching that. If you don't have super wall breakers, do you do the same thing with regular wall breakers, or do you have to bring a jump spell along with you?
So in my particular case, I've been a wall breaker guy from way back. I've used them, for years. So I'm pretty comfortable even without the super wall breaker. But I will say that for me as an attacker, in my opinion, the super wall breaker is the best super troop in the game, even over super witches. I mean, super goblins are OP. Don't get me wrong; they're great for funneling, for taking out town halls in the blimp and that kind of stuff. But yeah, for these attacks in the CWL, that's the super troop that I get every time this week comes, and it is just invaluable in terms of its ability to make your queen walks much more potent, much simpler, much easier. Like I said, in my opinion, that is the best super troop in the game.
Yeah, and I would have to agree. I love those super wall breakers, and I don't have all of that regular wall breaker experience. So when the super wall breakers come to town, I think I start getting fancy with queen charges, or at least I try to. Now, I'm looking at your CWL screen right here. Looks like you went 6 out of 7 on victories right there. So nice job. What league are you guys hanging out in?
Right now we're in Masters 1.
All right, very nice. But we do have another attack to look at, another hybrid attack, another one for you to explain to us. So if you guys didn't get it from that first one, we can take a look at the second one right now. All right, so we're on Ocelot's second attack, and a few things that I noticed right away are he's got some baby dragons instead of the Electro Dragon. The base looks completely different, and he did mention to me that this one didn't go exactly to plan, which I love because so many times when we're attacking, things don't go to plan. You have to adjust and just modify the plan on the go. He was still able to pull in the triple. So Ocelot, talk again. The base, the composition, and what went wrong. All right, so we're here on the second base that Ocelot's about to hit. He's got hybrid set up, but it's a little bit different than we saw before. Notice there's no Electro Dragon in the composition. We have baby dragons instead. And Ocelot did mention that a few things went wrong in the attack. Also, the base looks a lot different than the last one. So Ocelot, I have a few questions. 1, why this base? 2, why the changes, and what exactly went wrong in the attack?
Sure. So on this one, as you can see, the eagle is pretty exposed there on the left-hand portion of the base. Mm-hmm. So my plan basically was to drop a couple of Coco Loons, take out this cannon here, get into the eagle immediately. I've got a queen charge that I can come in from the 3 o'clock portion of the base, and that's actually where the fail comes in because unfortunately I was planning on dropping my wall breaker a little lower than I did. It ended up breaking the wall open a little higher than I planned for it to, and that actually caused my queen to come down the base, so I kind of had to scramble, use my other wall breaker, which I planned on breaking up higher in the base on that lower section just to get her in, get the funnel set, and the town hall taken care of. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of scrambling. But basically, once I get that eagle compartment down and I get the town hall down, it kind of gives me an opportunity there to get it into a nice compact portion of the base, and that allows obviously the Miho to get right in and allows me to heal through. So that was my original objective.
So really, you were able to access the town hall fairly easily with the queen, or at least you thought, and you were able to get that eagle with the blimp, and so that basically said to you, we can miner hog the rest of this thing. We'll be good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you basically take that section where the town hall is out, and you take the section where the eagle is out, especially the eagle itself, then it's a pretty tightly compacted base at that point in time, which allows you to heal through the entire attack with all of your hogs and miners going through together. So I felt like it was another good option for this base, even though, like you say, it's a completely different setup than the other.
Well, I really like this type of an attack because we just watched one where everything went perfect. This one, things didn't. And a lot of times, for most of us, things don't go perfect in attacks. Traps pop up where we don't expect them. Clan castles are something we're not expecting. So you have to think on the fly, and that's what you did. So why don't we jump into the attack, and you can walk us through it. All right, man, so let's see this whole plan in action.
All right, so down here about the 7 o'clock portion, I'm going to go ahead and drop those Cocoa Loons, take that cannon out, as well as test for SAMs. I do drop the blimp here. Now, fortunately, that sweeper does push me a little bit further down than I planned, so when I actually drop it, it hits in that wrong compartment, but I know I've got the Yeti mites, so I know they're going to take the eagle out, even though the actual Yetis can't hit it. So basically, at this point in time, I've accomplished what I needed to, even though it was a little ugly. Got my queen down with a Cocoa Loon down around 3 o'clock. And like I said earlier, I'm planning on breaking her in. I do drop the wall breaker and again, a little bit higher than I planned to, so it breaks open the section wall she can't quite access just because of the base layout. So at this point in time, I already know that I failed that initial setup, so I'm kind of scrambling in my head thinking, how am I going to try to save this? I've got to try to save my healers, from the town hall once my queen activates it, because obviously they're going to get roasted in seconds. I've got to get access to it. I know my queen's going to walk down. What am I going to do? So basically, I have another super wall breaker in the comp that I was planning on using to try to get access to that single target inferno above the king there. And so basically, I just wait for the queen to walk down, take out my defenses as per normal. I go ahead and set the funnel with my king and my baby dragon. I go ahead and break her in. Again, she's going to take out most of those defenses. I know I'm going to have to rage and freeze because it's single, so I go ahead and take care of that, get the RC and the single frozen. Now, I try to freeze the town hall here. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit late on it, so it doesn't really matter. But again, no big deal. I didn't need it. I've got my miners in already, again, to try to make sure that I don't have a time fail because, like I said, my funnel didn't go exactly to plan. Pre-fire that heal going into the scatter because, let's be honest, there's nothing more dangerous to hogs and miners than those scatter shots.
Right.
We go ahead and tome and rage through the middle of the core here. A little bit distracted, obviously, by the king, so take care of that. Now, I do get a little bit of a healer transfer here, which is actually a good thing, but unfortunately, it dies off to a SAM. Like I said, tome there, rage through the center of the core. Now, my queen is going to beat on this wall for a long time here, and my king actually is still going down the bottom of the base, still clearing that out, which is great. I have to pop the queen there because of the single target inferno. Go ahead and pop the RC as well, just to get as much damage as I can there. Now, I do have one rage left that I was planning on using on the queen walk that I actually didn't have to use there. So basically, at this point, I know everything that's left is really tightly compact up in there in the middle. So basically, I just drop it on the RC and the BK, kind of ad hoc. And unfortunately for me, the RC stays in it almost the entire time. That had nothing to do with skill. That was 100% luck. She just literally just walks around in it the entire time, and then heads off for this one storage which is left in the core, and that was it. So like I said, that one did not go perfectly. Like I said, the blimp was almost a fail. The queen walk was almost a fail, but again, was able to make those adjustments. And I had studied the base going into it, so I kind of knew if this happens, then this is kind of the direction I want to go. So I just made those adjustments on the fly, and like I said, was still able to bring in the triple.
Yeah, that was actually beautiful. And that wall breaker, the second super wall breaker, hit perfectly, opening up both of the compartments, so you were able to pull it all back in. Worked out really nicely, and you're right. That champion looks like she was glued inside of that rage spell, just gaining every little bit of rage that she can get. That was a really nice attack, and I appreciate you coming through and breaking it down for everybody so that they can really understand hybrid and maybe have a little bit more luck with themselves. I mean, I guess I could be one of those people too that could use a little bit more luck with it. All right, Ocelot, I think you did an awesome job breaking it down. I want to let everyone know before we go, or remind you again, that Divine Justice is looking for some good Town Hall 13s. If you feel that you are one of those people, come on through their Discord, my Discord, or their Twitter to let them know that you're interested in being part of the EYG family, Divine Justice. But Ocelot, my man, where can people find you if they're looking for you on the internet?
You can find me at clashschool.com. I've got a coaching profile set up there. I'm available for rent, basically. You can set up either a half hour or an hour coaching session, and I'd be happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If it's Lalo, if it's Miho, if it's witches, it doesn't matter. If you want to talk about it in Clash of Clans, I'd be happy to do it with you. So if you want to reach out to me, you can certainly schedule a session there. I'm also on Twitter at OcelotCOC, so you can follow me there, tweet at me. I'd be happy to, like I said, talk. I love the game, love spending time, talking and relating to people. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up, let me know.
Yes, and Ocelot's always inside of my live streams as well, which are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. If you ever want to tune in, you can say what's up to him there on DLive, Twitch, and YouTube. We're kind of all over the place right now, guys. But Ocelot, thanks so much for coming down, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. And everyone, the links to Ocelot, Clash School, his Twitter, and all that are down below. Thank you guys for sticking around this far in the video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about hybrid at multiple different talent level levels today. Make sure you check out this video before you go. Remember to be safe and be good.